Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here today. We're talking about another League of Legends story. This is some League of Legends offseason talk once again. We're talking about LS. This is a clip from his most recent live stream where he talks about how he had previously gotten some offers to potentially become a coach for Fnatic, which is a pretty interesting story. Obviously, we know this offseason he had a ton of drama surrounding him and the T1 situation where T1 potentially reached out to him, offered him a coaching position. It was at least considering him for a coaching position. That was met by some backlash from Korean fans. LS has a clip of where he got to interview with Faker and talk to him about the game, all this crazy stuff. LS is now, it seems like currently happy as a content creator for T1. He says he wants to be able to help out the entire community. He wants to make just players and fans of the game more knowledgeable, better all across the world. He wants to be able to reach as many people as he can, and he likes his position that he's in as a content creator. But this clip is pretty interesting how he talks about how he's been offered by Fnatic on multiple different occasions. So I wanted to watch this clip and then give some of my thoughts and opinions afterwards. So let's get right into it.
Summer 2017, 2019 spring, and then 2020 summer. Yeah, several different offers.
Let him drink for a little bit.
Fnatic is a wonderful company, though, with wonderful people. Karn and Sam Matthews are really, really nice people. And unfortunately, I was just never willing to leave Korea. Yeah, I know Whippo talked about it, that the players asked me to come several times. So do you guys remember, I mentioned on Crackdown that there were people that were willing to give up parts of their salary to allocate it towards me to have me join. That was on Fnatic. Yeah, that was a real thing. Summer 2017.
So there's just a lot to take in and break down in that clip. One, I do think it's super interesting that Fnatic has offered him some kind of coaching analyst, whatever, consultant, whatever you want to call it, position on 3 different occasions at least, which I think is pretty interesting. It shows how much they really respect LS, how much they really value his feedback and just being able to work with him, even after being rejected 2 previous times, to still come back for a 3rd time. It is interesting that LS does say he loves Fnatic. He has good things to say about Fnatic. Obviously, he's had connections with the players and the staff and the management and everything for a really long time, and he does seem to like them, and it's not that he's opposed to helping out Fnatic or working with them, and obviously he often does work with their players, but he doesn't want to leave Korea. I think that is pretty cool, and I think a good sign to like Korean fans and stuff. And when he made his apology saying that he really does love Korea, sees it as a home, and he's able to back that up because over the history of time, he's had opportunities to leave. He's had opportunities to go elsewhere. And then the Fnatic staff saying that a lot of people would take pay cuts to have the money to bring in LS. That's another crazy thing that just shows once again how much value they saw in him. That I mean, that's pretty crazy to be taking money out of your own pocket as an employee, to be taking, you know, I mean, that's crazy. You're reducing your lifestyle or whatever because you think this guy would be so valuable. You think this guy would help out your team, your players, your organization so much that you'd be willing to take a pay cut to bring him in. And that's wild. I mean, I was really surprised to hear that. I think that's really, really interesting. I know people have very, very mixed opinions about LS, but obviously we can see Fnatic is on the side of very, very valuing LS, thinking he's an absolute brilliant mind. Obviously, some people think he's just an absolute idiot, that he just says things just to kind of rile up everybody, and he says some crazy stuff, and he is wrong from time to time. Obviously, when you talk about League of Legends nonstop, 24/7, 365 days a year, you're gonna say some stupid stuff. You're gonna be wrong sometimes. There's no way to not. But I don't think that takes away from his intelligence, from his knowledge of the game and scenarios, and especially professional play. He's, you know, worked with players all across the world, all the different play styles, all the different teams, all the different organizations, all the different leagues. He's for sure one of the most experienced, veteran, knowledgeable guys in the scene. And still, I don't know if that would mean he, you know, would necessarily make the best coach. Would he make Fnatic's team better in the short term, or would he have helped them at 2020 Worlds this year, or whatever? Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell. You never really know. Obviously, different coaching styles fit in better with different teams and different players, and would it have exactly worked for Fnatic? You know, it is hard to tell. And again, whatever your opinions on LS or whatever are, just think it is pretty crazy that they've offered him multiple different occasions to become a coach or at least work with the team in some capacity. And I thought that was really, really interesting. Again, who knows what the future holds, if LS will eventually one day become a coach once again, whether it's with T1, a Korean team, or whether it's somewhere in the West. Would be really, really interesting to see. But obviously, for the time being, he's just going to continue creating content, teaching people about the game, helping people all over the world. And I think that's a good thing for the community overall. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. Would Fnatic have been better off with LS as a coach? Do you think that would have been a good move or a bad move on the organization's part? Would he have helped them, make it a little farther at 2020 Worlds? Or would they have maybe even not made it out of groups if LS was helping out? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up on my latest content. Check me out over at Twitch, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.